the sketch was admittedly pretty lazy. And I think most people knew that. And I tweeted that. I said that. I said that the show now is kind of lazy, mediocre hacks. Not every sketch, not everything they do, certainly not everybody that works there. But, when they go political, it's low-hanging fruit. They're not trying to do anything that makes you go, wow. This is a show that did the Mueller Days of Christmas. On the first day of Christmas, Bob Mueller gave to me. This is not, it's a propaganda arm, which is okay, right? You're allowed to be that. Comedy shows should have a point of view, and I don't have to agree with it. But when it's so blatantly state propaganda, and it's so blatantly lazy, and it's not executed well at all, people can criticize it. Like that's, something that's going to happen. And I criticize it. And then one of the writers, Michael Che, who we'd never had a negative interaction ever in our lives, came at me and was basically like, Tim Dillon's not what you think he is. He's a sweet, humble guy, which I agree with. And then he goes, he tried stand-up and got nowhere. And
became a media personality because it's much easier.
Became a media personality because it's much easier. Which, again, he's entitled to his opinion, right? I have a platform and an opinion, and people care about what I say. That tweet got like 40,000 favorites and a bunch of retweets. So listen, I don't even know what the media is, but I guess anyone with a platform and an opinion's in the media. It's not harder to be in the media. Let's say I am in the media. Let me take that premise. I don't know that I agree with that. He works for NBC. You would think if anyone was in the media, it's me and you here. I have nobody behind me at all. Except Lewis, maybe because he owns the studio. But this idea that I'm a major media figure is kind of funny. But again, am I known from the podcast? Sure. Is he known from SNL? Yes. Neither of us really are like Sebastian Maniscalco, who's known from stand-up. Now, we both do stand-up, and we're good at it. I think he's funny, and I don't know what he thinks I am, but we sell thousands of tickets all over the world, which he's not doing, but that's okay. Doesn't mean anything. It just means that there's people that enjoy my stand-up, and that's what it is. Now, maybe those people don't matter. That maybe they're all Nazis. Who knows? That's possible. It's possible that everyone who's succeeding is a Nazi and all of their fan bases are Nazis. And that's the only reason that anyone is successful at all. Perhaps Doja Cat is a Nazi and everyone that buys tickets to her shows are Nazis. If you have a live event and it's sold over 70% of tickets, it's very possible everyone there loves Hitler. I guess. I don't know. That seems to be the running explanation for why anyone is successful at anything. And that was his tweet. And then I think I tweeted back, some things that I felt were true, that are true. And again, I don't even especially dislike Michael Che. I think he's smart in the sense that he's, usually on the right side of issues. I think he understands comedy. He defends comedy a lot. He gets into arguments with some of the same people that I would get in an argument with. But, I don't know where that came from. I can only imagine that, he knows that sketch wasn't great. What I said kind of got under his skin. Again, not meant to, just an observation I was making. And he got mad at that and was like, Tim Dillon's not what you think. He's not some truth teller. I don't know what even he thinks people think I am. The sketch wasn't good. So if pointing out the sketch was good, makes me, then everybody, you got to do that for everyone that saw the sketch. They're not what you think they are. This random guy's not what you think he is. There are people that are fans of SNL that went, that's not good. And then I just kind of said, I said, listen, the reality is I sell more tickets than Che ever has. He's not allowed to be on Twitter because of his job, which is true. So I didn't tag him or anything. And then I said I built something on my own that he never could. It is of my belief that he probably could not have. I don't know. Maybe he could have. And then I said, he's done well for a... Wait, what did I say?
You said Che has done well for a drunk who can barely read, but his show sucks and he knows it.
And that's true. And those are, and that's great. And he's going to say, I'm not a comedian. I'm going to say things about him. It's kind of a petty, silly thing. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the fact that I angered some people over there, or maybe just him, with a tweet that was a pretty innocuous observation compared to other things that I've said. And hey, this idea that people that are succeeding on the internet are not comedians is an idea that is meant to justify the lack of success people are having in mainstream spaces. So when nobody on SNL, or very few people on SNL, can sell any tickets, excite anybody, they're given shows, they're given budgets to do sketch shows that nobody watches. None of the sketches go viral, as many of our things have gone viral. They're not really a voice in the conversation that matters, other than when they do the big show every Saturday night and they all come together and they make some noise, and usually the noise is people going, God, this is bad. That's usually why it gets any attention. But individually, that show is really not launching people into orbit anymore the way that it used to. And I've defended the show. It's probably the singular most important comedy platform in America in terms of the amount of talented people that have come out of that show to go into film and movies that have defined really what comedy is in the 20th century. And I've laughed at things they've done, a week ago, last week, right? I don't think that, and we go more into this on the Patreon with Ray just because it just happened.
Coming out Thursday.
Yeah, coming out Thursday. But it's never my intent to be antagonistic to people. Now, I do attack them weekly, viciously, truly. And it isn't my intent to be antagonistic. It's my intent to help. It's my intent to help, truly. And you may not believe that, but I would like the show to be better. I don't want to be on the show. I don't need their money. I'm okay. What I would like is to help. I want it to be better. It is some of the things are good. Some of them could get better. I am just saying, hey, this is what it is. From one member of the media to another member of the media, Michael Che. We're all members of the media, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. Stand-up comedy, huh? It's the media. Go ask a 15-year-old. Go, hey, who's your favorite stand-up? They'll say Cody Ko, because Cody's a famous guy on the internet. The only things people really care about now are things that they can share with other people. And if you don't think my podcast is funny, or there are people that say, I love your stand-up. There's people that say, I love the podcast. There's people that love both. There's people that go, I don't like stand-up, but your podcast makes me laugh. Drawing lines around one kind of funny is weird to me. I've never looked at a writer and went, yeah, like David Sedaris writes a lot of funny books. I've never been like, yeah, but what are your views like? You don't do shit on Instagram. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. He's funny. There are people that are funny, right? But that's really all I have to say about that. Ironically, I'm going to start submitting packets for SNL just for fun to see if they'll hire me. I'm actually going to call my agent and ask him if there's a shot. Now, they never do this, but is there a chance that they would hire me in the middle of the season? Rarely done, maybe never done, I don't know, as a consultant, and they could kind of bring me in to the writer's room and we could hash it out. The chances of that happening are very low, and I know that. But again, not everyone's going to like you in this, right? And and that's fine. And not everybody's going to value the media empire that we've built here. The very wide-reaching, influential media empire. It's a weird way to insult somebody by going like they're a media figure. I'm like, I thank you. I don't think so, but I appreciate it.